This video is made possible by the following mad lads. All their awesome gear they supplied to me can be checked out in the description below. Hey guys, part-time YouTuber here, and welcome back to Dirt Rally 2.0 for another video. Now, I've kind of found myself getting back into Dirt Rally recently. I'm not really sure why I keep moving away from it. I think just different things pop up in my week or in my schedule, and then Dirt Rally for some reason gets pushed to the side, which is a bit of a shame because I still really enjoy playing this game. And as such, I found myself a nice little challenge to do today. As you can probably tell from the video title, I'm going to try my best to crash at really high speed. I've got one of the Polish stages here, which I'm now about to absolutely butcher the pronunciation of. Zebra. And as you can see by the track map on the right, whilst the first part of the stage is a little bit twisty, a little bit tighter, the second part is incredibly fast. We're talking 4th and 5th gear in a Group B car, which in one of those cars is around 140 mile an hour. So, and imagine that kind of speed on a trail barely wider than the car, on a dirt surface of course, with trees and banks either side of you. So if you do make a mistake, it's game over pretty much straight away. And I mentioned Group B because the car that I'm going to be trying to tackle this stage in is probably one of my favourite rally cars ever made, the Audi Quattro S1 E2. Not only is it a glorious box, but in this configuration it produces nearly 600 brake horsepower from a turbocharged 5-cylinder engine, which produces probably one of the most iconic engine notes in rallying. Going to be perfect for this stage. So, small note before we get going, because this stage is so fast and so bumpy, I've made a couple of setup changes. Primarily, I've made basically the entire car softer, so softer springs, basically softer dampers, all that stuff, just to make sure the car handles the bumps okay. I've also moved the brake back a little bit. The brake bias was quite far forward. What I don't want the car to do really on the brakes is to lock. I want it to move on the brake so I can get it turned, because the handbrake is not usable in this car, or isn't meant to be anyway. And I've also raised the ride height a little bit just to make sure I am not going to be coming down too hard off the bumps and causing some sort of issue when I land. So just really trying to make sure I can get through this in one piece with this setup. Right, so handbrake controls set properly this time on the number 8 key on my keyboard, not on the handbrake because that breaks things. And four-wheel spin off the line there. Love it, absolutely love it. In our beast, our Audi Quattro S1 E2 first crash. You can see it moving all over the road already. Easy over there. Clutch kick, get the turbo back working again. And this first part of the stage is a little bit twisty compared to the second half, so I'm just keeping an eye ahead. All these jumps as well are going to corners. Of course, if you take off, as I said in my last Dirt Rally video, you can't steer or brake in the air, so you have to really make sure you're pitching the car off the jump in the right place. So I'm being a little bit careful for this first part, just a little bit. There you go, just trying to follow the trail there. Couple of ruts in the stage. You have to kind of follow. If you get off them, the car will just go where it wants, essentially, which I don't want, funnily enough. Running also a lower degrees of rotation than I usually run. I usually run 540. I'm using 450 today to try and make sure I have the quickest steering I can over these fast bumps. Easy over there. Pussyfooting a little bit. There you go. Up. Turn. There you go. Very nice. Drifting around in second gear. It's going to be difficult for me. I've got no handbrake, so who needs handbrakes when you can yeet it in easy? Can feel my right boot coming loose already. Good job, booties. And the Velcro strap is knackered a little bit. Easy now. Come on, boot. The mid-stage boot boot fasten, why not? So you're seeing right now we're starting to get out of a twisty bit and into the quick bits. Fifth gear in this thing is essentially hyperspeed. It's quite close, so you're in the boost straight away and it just pulls, especially when you've got your foot buried to the floor, as you would imagine it would. But you actually spend a lot of time and not on full throttle when rallying. Such is the nature of it. Should have been in first gear there, but I can correct it a bit with the clutch. See, it just runs away as soon as you get on the power big time. You have to reel it back in. So just getting through this twisty first half of the stage. And once we're through that, it's lots of crashes coming up, I can tell you that. Been fairly okay so far. That's usually famous last words. God, this thing's a rocket. I love it. That's my time in third gear. Keeping it in third gear is like a safety almost. Our first clout of the bank. It's okay. It's only the co-driver side. He's fine. There we go. I always forget just how quick it picks up. That's going to be a crash. Co-driver side, it's fine. It's easy. Come on, keep going. Still alive. Pinballing off the banks, and the banks are deceptively hard around here. You think you can run them over almost like the snow banks in Sweden, but in this you just bounce off it. Have a bad time. Now he said oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, I put it into reverse. Don't know how I managed that. Amateur rally driver right here. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Nearly ended up on the left there. You can see how the bank rises out. So now I think we're coming out of the slower stuff. And again the boot. Come on, boot. Work with me, mate. Ah, I've got what's this thing on me? Where am I going? That's more Velcro on me there. Only the most professional videos on this channel, guys. Oh, fucking boot, whatever. Oh, come on. See that? On the tarmac is where the softer setup works against me. And now we can really start stretching the legs on this thing. I'm scared though. Oh, the bumps. Oh! Try and keep it in fifth gear. Oh god. Oh my word, you see what happened there? I just touched the bank. Pinballed me to the other side of the trail, almost into the trees. In real life, this car will be done by now. Get me a gear, get me a gear. God, that's terrifying. Freewheel sliding. You can tell it's a bit more effort. I'm not rambling as much. God, no, 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 no. I'm not in control of any of this. I think I've got a puncture. Feels like it. My wheel feels very weird all of a sudden. Very, very weird. Easy. God, the wheel feels terrible. Keep pushing through it. Group B, baby. It feels like there's a centre point now in the wheel. Almost like it's reverse force feedback. That's how bad it feels all of a sudden after that bump. I'm just trying to read the road a little bit. I can't hear the co-driver too well, so I'm shouting over him. Definitely not my fault. What's going on with his force feedback? Come on. It's fine, made it. Come on. Treating it as like a real world failure and just trying to go with it. As you would in the real world, you wouldn't just stop, you just continue as fast as you can unless it was really damaging the car. I don't think it's a puncture, I think it's just really a hardware issue. We're going to continue anyway. Oh god! Don't hit anything! This is a wild ride, this! I'm enjoying it, I don't know about you guys. Come on, easy, easy, Jimmy. One more split.
6 left, opens 18, 4 left, tightens 3.
It's just, you're so on edge through these stages.
6 right long of a
He said 3, didn't he? Oh, I'm going to hit something, I'm going to hit something.
crest into
Come on, Jimmy. I mean, this back and forth isn't me. It's the force feedback. Doing weird shit. I'm having to try and keep it straight.
50.
Masters of code, baby!
Jump 120. Turn unseen. 3 right tightens.
Unseen. Oh, God.
Opens.
Slow right down.
6 left of a crest long. Opens 80.
Tarmac now. This is where the car is going to be weird. Near the end, though.
6 left. Just stop.
Finish! No! It's right there! Oh! Damn it! Well, to the question, can I survive one of the fastest stages in Dirt Rally? The answer is no, apparently. I cannot. Not only did I balk the car or the wheel or something, I don't even know what I broke there, but I also managed to DNF literally less than a meter from the line. Who put that tree there? Damn it. Blame Cove Masters. Hashtag. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I have no idea what happened to my wheel at the end there. It just kind of went limp. And the force feedback was very odd, but it might have been an in-game punch or something. I don't really know. I'll investigate it afterwards. But it was a lot of fun to come back to Dirt Rally 2.0 and do more stuff in it, especially in these Group B cars. They're just dangerous. They're just rapid. And you really get a feel for that when you're driving around, even if you're just sitting at home like I am now. You do get like a taste of just what these cars were, especially on a stage like this. But anyway, guys, as always, if you enjoyed the video, I'd very much appreciate if you hit that like button. I wanted to say a thank you for all those people who have kind of been patient with me recently. I know I've been saying this a lot in outros, but it's been, I'd say, I don't want to say the word, but it feels like I've had a bit of burnout recently with YouTube, and doing stuff like this always makes me happy, but it's hard to come up with these ideas every day and make them entertaining for you guys. That's the important thing. So yeah, thank you for that patience, and of course, if you want to see more stuff like this, feel free to subscribe, hit the bell icon as well, because that way you'll be made notified even of future streams and of future videos like this. Big thank you to my Patreons and to my sponsors. I really appreciate your support. Take care, have an awesome day. See you all next time. The finish is... God damn it, the finish was right there. It was right there.